Alt 92.3.
I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking after the show, and you were like, "Yeah, bring me your questions, stump me."
Okay.
And I didn't really. I don't think I'm going to stump you.
Did I say that? Did I really say that?
You really said it. And of course, I closed out of this, so we're gonna have to pull it up. But there's a video. I was similar to John from Portugal the Man, like huge fan of the band growing up. Played guitar, like went on YouTube, tried to find all these songs, and I found this song. And I'm curious if you'll remember this,
Ruh-roh.
or if you can tell me what it is. Let's see. Let's get it queued up here. You can't look. You're not allowed to look. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back a little bit.
I don't know what's happening.
You wrote it. I don't know. This is not the best part. Yeah,
It's like some sort
this
of-
is the worst part.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You know where I'm going. Now you know where I'm
yeah,
going.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that is an unholy jam right there. It's the Rage Against the Machine Tool collaboration from '93, maybe. I think it was supposed to be like for the Judgment Night soundtrack.
That's what I've read.
Yeah. And that was recorded like on a cassette recorder in the room when we were writing the song. It was never recorded in the
Who was
studio.
playing on this song?
It's Danny Carey, Brad Wilk, Maynard, Zach, Paul, the then bass player of Tool, myself, and I don't know if Timmy's in that room. I know Adam's
in there? Adam's not in
the room. Adam's not in the room. Yeah.
Interesting. Is there a backstory there? Like I know.
No, we had talked about doing something. We were, Adam and I went to high school together. Maynard was my roommate in Hollywood, and we were very close. We toured together often during this period, and it was, we were going to make this song between Rage and Tool. We were in like my bedroom in L.A. kind of working on it, and it sounded so ferociously awesome to me. But there are two bands filled with a lot of characters, and it never got off the ground, and unfortunately, it never.
Are you pissed that that's out there? I mean, I've listened to songs since I was like 13.
I'm delighted that it's out there. That there's some version of it that exists in the world.
That's amazing.
Great jam. It's a great jam.
It's great. Yeah, and then I think the second half of it became New Millennium Home.
Yeah. I mined that riff for later on.
And I was going to say, so last night we heard a song where you said the riff was all the way back from Evil Empire.
Yeah, there's a song on the Alice Underground record called Vigilante Nocturno, which I had fiddled with during the Evil Empire period, and it didn't find fertile ground then, and it did now. And that one's one of my favorite songs on the record. It really like combines the elements that I wanted to hit on this record. Yeah.
And then, so my question for you is that, do you just have this like rainy day riffs safe somewhere?
I do.
How many riffs? How many riffs are in?
Well, I mean, there's the riff thing for quite a while, honestly, has been pretty low-hanging fruit. Like, I can write big riffs that I like.
I like them too.
At the drop of a hat, like, and so every once in a while when I'm in the studio, whether I'm playing guitar, bass, or whatever, or humming one, I'll just put it in the. Now it used to be on a cassette, now it's on the computer, and they're sitting there, and there's some jams in there. I'll tell you, the very first riff from the very first Rage Against the Machine record on Bomb Track, the little doot 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 doot. I wrote that when I was 19 years old, a freshman in college, and it took it about 8 years to make it onto a record. But
do you still have that cassette?
Somewhere. I didn't throw it out, but I don't know where it's at.
So what are we talking? Give me a number. Give me a number. How many riffs? The people need to know.
I mean, there's a bunch of different. That's easy. There's a 50, 60, something like that.
That's it?
You want more than 60
I don't know. I thought
riffs?
It's been a billion. You know how old
well,
are you?
I mean, there's a lot of cassettes, but for me, it's like I'm not that precious about it, like, because they're not that difficult to write. And every once in a while, I'll be hiking or something, have my thing on random, and something will come up and it'll say riff 4.2, good groove in E, and I'll be like, holy shit, that's a jam. And
that is a good groove.
Then I'll come home and I'll take that to Prophets of Rage rehearsal or something like that.
Great.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so actually, while we're talking about Prophets of Rage, and while we're talking about, Tool and Maynard, I was curious if there was an interim when you were putting the band together where maybe his name came up before Be Real or that situation.
Oh, with Prophet? No.
Yeah.
There was an interperiod ages ago where Brad and I played with Maynard in the sort of the beginning period of Tool and Rage.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So I was curious if that had come up.
Yeah. No, Maynard's a friend and he's one of the great singers, but no.
All right, cool. And things are going well. Probably you guys are writing another record?
Yeah, Prophet's writing another record. Been busy with that, probably about halfway done with that.
Nice. Well, back to the show last night.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about it was you took us through the whole career. The show's really great. If you're in a city that's not New York, you should definitely go.
Yeah.
Because it happened. Well, I guess it's happening tonight.
It's happening tonight in New York as well.
This won't be up, so we're wasting our time here. But one of the things that's been consistent throughout your career is your Arm the Homeless guitar.
Sure.
And you held that up last night, and you had a little statement on the back, as you always do,
Yeah.
that seemed to maybe address something Kanye West said.
Yeah, I'm not that. It just said keep the 13th Amendment. The amendment that outlawed slavery, something that I thought until the other day we could all agree on was probably a fairly good law of the land.